Hi guys, welcome back to the first episode of weekly crypto news update. So basically in this video I will be covering some latest news that happened over the last week. It should actually come out every Sunday from now on. Anyways, it will improve slowly. As of now, if we look at the market overall, Bitcoin is holding quite well around 108, as you can see here, around 108k. That's a pretty good level. And overall market is down like 3.5, 3.1%. So it's not that bad, I would say. Again, if we start with the news, the first one, of course, would be that Trump's big beautiful bill passed, and BitMEX founder says that there is a high chance that the Bitcoin could actually dive below 90k. He says that it is a possibility because of more volatility, as you can see here. So again, he is still bullish, but he says Bitcoin could actually go below 90k before going. So that is a possibility. Again, no one knows what will happen, but this is what he says. Now if we just move to another update, we have Bitcoin ETF's inflow surge past 600 million for the first time since May. So that is definitely a bullish sign, I would say. As the ETF flows increase, that means more buying for the Bitcoin is most likely happening. That I would say is pretty good one. The next news would be that the PancakeSwap, or the cake token, is under problem. So this is the cake token, as you can see here, and basically Turkish authorities blocked PancakeSwap in a crackdown on crypto websites. That includes these websites, and basically PancakeSwap is in the list, so that's not good for the, I would say, PancakeSwap. Again, I don't think that it is going to impact that much. People could just use VPN and use the website, but again, that is something happening with the PancakeSwap, as you can see here. Now moving to the next big news. This became a pretty big news, and this is what most likely caused Bitcoin, I believe, to go below 109, I would say. Now what happened is that a mysterious Bitcoin whale moves 8 billion in largest daily transfer of all BTC in history. So this wallet was holding for Bitcoin for like 14 years. It bought back in 2011, and when the Bitcoin was basically trading below, I believe it was trading below 78 cents, and now in just one day it moved enormous stash of 800k BTC worth of 8.6 billion in just one day. So this was a massive move, as you can see here. Now all of that was reported by Outcome, as you can see here, and again there is another pretty, I would say, positive news. After that, the Outcome again came out and said that yesterday's 8 billion transfer were possibly related to address upgrades, moving from 1 addresses to BTC 1Q addresses. That means that there is no indication that this whale is selling Bitcoin. So I would say that is a big positive for the Bitcoin overall. That is pretty good one. So basically they were just making wallet updates, nothing more. So I would say that's a pretty bullish sign. And if this whale doesn't start selling, that means it is still bullish, and it thinks that the Bitcoin can go even higher. Now the next news is a bit of an interesting one. So we have Drake mentions Bitcoin in his new song. The name of the song is What Did I Miss, and he mentions Bitcoin. So that, I would say, is at least pretty interesting for the Bitcoin, as it is basically becoming mainstream in popular cultures such as music. So that, I would say, is pretty interesting one. After that, last but not least, we have this massive news. So Robinhood basically launched 24/7 tokenization platform. which basically threatens New York Stock Exchange, as you can see here, at least their net revenue. What this does is that it allows tokenized stock to be available for trade for 24/7, which means the market won't have any pauses, so it's basically becomes like Bitcoin and other assets, and all of that happened on Arbitrum, as you can see here. And because of that, Arbitrum actually ended up surging. So I believe it went, let's have a look at Arbitrum in just a second. So it went from, okay, so let's just check a monthly chart what happened. So it went from hitting its lowest point back around 26 cent, and it actually ended up going as high as 37 cent, but again it's back to 32. This was a massive, I would say, success for the Arbitrum in general, and it actually ended up benefiting the Arbitrum. So that's all for the news today. I will be back in the next video with more news, hopefully, and then on the next Sunday. But looking at the Bitcoin itself and what is happening here, I think if we just look at the Bitcoin, it has been basically struggling to break this level, which is around 1111 and 110. This level seems to be the pretty strong one. Again, if we just take from April, this is a trend line that it has been making, as you can see here. And if it does retrace around this trend line, and if it does goes up from there, I think we could actually see a new all-time high. So as of now, what I think will most likely happen, that the Bitcoin will most likely try to test this trend line. If it does go, as of now it does go down, most likely retesting this 103, I would say. If it does go around 103k, it should actually go up from there, but again it is unclear. But I think if it does hold this trend line, or if it does remain above this 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart or the 4-hour time frame, there is a high possibility that it could actually break out from here. But again, overall market is still in uncertainty, so it is unclear where the market is headed. But if we look at overall, I think it should actually break out and hit new all-time high if the market allows it, and it seems like that it's holding really well. So I think there's a high chance that it could actually hit new all-time high. But I think if it does a retest around this trend line, that would be even more powerful. So let's assume that it consolidates like here, and it ends up retesting somewhere around 106 or even 105, and after that it breaks out, and the breakout would be a pretty massive one, potentially going as high as 116 or even 120 could be a massive one. But I think it does need to retest around this trend line before it can go up. Now let's see if I have Bitcoin dominancy here or not. So if we look at BTCD, which is basically for the altcoins, I would say, now this is a Bitcoin dominancy. If we look here, it is basically it is going down, so that means there is a hope for altcoins as of now, it seems like. Anyways, this was it. I hope you liked the video. I will be back with more. Thanks for watching.